Are you over 60 and starting to feel that subtle, insidious shift? That nagging realization that lifting the grocery bags is suddenly harder? Or that getting up from the low sofa requires a moment of internal negotiation? If you've noticed a decline in your strength, endurance, or stability over the last 2 years, you are not alone. You are likely experiencing the early stages of a condition known as Frailty Syndrome. Frailty is often mistakenly accepted as an inevitable part of aging, a slow march towards decreased independence. But I am here to tell you that frailty is not your destiny. It is a metabolic state that, provided you intervene aggressively and correctly, is reversible. The foundation of reversing frailty isn't just exercise, it's incredibly specific nutrition. For years, experts have championed cottage cheese as a perfect bedtime snack for seniors, thanks to its slow-digesting casein protein. It's good, but for maximizing muscle protein synthesis, especially in the anabolic resistance common in older adults, good isn't enough. We need excellence. Today, I am going to share a powerful substitute, a nutritional powerhouse that outperforms standard cottage cheese in crucial ways, offering superior absorption, better leucine delivery, and a cleaner profile that your aging gut will thank you for. This small dietary change, implemented just 3 times a week, can put the brakes on muscle loss and start rebuilding your strength framework immediately. Get ready to learn about the unsung hero of the senior kitchen and discover the exact blueprint for reversing frailty, starting tonight. If you are ready to take control of your golden years, hitting that subscribe button right now is your first step. We dive deep into science-backed strategies for longevity, muscle preservation, and peak senior health every single week. Don't miss out on the knowledge that empowers true independence.
The stakes here are nothing less than your autonomy. Frailty is more than just feeling weak. It's the primary predictor of adverse health outcomes in older adults: falls, hospitalization, slow recovery from surgery, and premature entry into assisted living. We are talking about sarcopenia, the clinical loss of muscle mass and function, a condition that currently affects 1 in 10 Americans over the age of 50. The issue is that the aging body develops what scientists call anabolic resistance. Your muscles simply stop responding efficiently to standard amounts of protein, meaning the 20 grams that worked fine in your 40s might be completely insufficient in your 70s. If you ignore this nutritional gap, the downward spiral accelerates. A major hospitalization, a simple flu, or a period of enforced bed rest can rapidly shed years of muscle, pushing you past the critical threshold where strength recovery becomes nearly impossible. We must actively, aggressively, and strategically fight this resistance by delivering the right type and quantity of amino acids at the optimal time. The simple food substitution I am presenting today is designed specifically to overcome anabolic resistance, ensuring that every protein gram you consume works twice as hard for you. This isn't just about big muscles, it's about the ability to open a jar, walk up the stairs without pausing, and play with your grandchildren without fear of falling. It's about securing your vibrant future.
To understand why this specific cottage cheese substitute is a game changer, we first have to master the sophisticated physiology of muscle aging. Aging doesn't simply mean a general decline in the efficiency of the human machine. It means a precise, identifiable breakdown in the crucial cellular signaling pathways that command your muscles to grow, repair, and even just maintain their current mass. This phenomenon is known as anabolic resistance, and it is the single greatest nutritional challenge facing the senior population. Let's zoom in on the molecular level. The central player in muscle protein synthesis, the process of building new muscle tissue, is the mTOR pathway, the mechanistic target of rapamycin. Think of mTOR as the master construction foreman in your muscle cells. When this foreman is activated, he issues the blueprints and starts the construction of new contractile proteins. If the foreman is sleeping, construction stops and maintenance defaults to demolition. The primary and most potent activator of mTOR, the branched-chain amino acid, leucine. In a healthy young adult, a modest rise in leucine circulating in the bloodstream is enough to powerfully switch on the mTOR foreman. However, in an older adult experiencing anabolic resistance, the muscle cell receptor becomes less sensitive. It's like trying to start your car with a weak battery. You need significantly more juice, or in this case, a higher threshold concentration of leucine to flip that anabolic switch and overcome the cellular deafness of aging. Research definitively shows that seniors require a minimum of 3 grams of readily available leucine in a single dose to maximally activate mTOR and initiate muscle protein synthesis. Anything less, and you are essentially wasting that protein meal from a muscle-building perspective.
Standard dairy proteins like whey, fast digesting, and casein, slow digesting, found in cottage cheese, are excellent sources of leucine. Cottage cheese, primarily composed of casein, is traditionally recommended because it releases its amino acids slowly, dripping leucine into your bloodstream overnight. This is fundamentally a good concept. However, for seniors, the application of standard cottage cheese often faces 2 critical, deal-breaking hurdles. First, widespread digestive compromise. Many seniors develop mild to severe lactose intolerance or general digestive enzyme decline due to aging and medication side effects. Consuming standard cottage cheese, especially a large quantity, often leads to immediate digestive distress, bloating, gas, and discomfort. This inflammation and distress don't just feel bad, they actively compromise the overall integrity of the gut lining, which in turn severely compromises the absorption of the very nutrients you are trying to consume. If your gut is fighting the meal, it cannot efficiently absorb the leucine. Second, the leucine density deficit. To reach that critical 3-gram leucine anabolic threshold using standard, lower protein, often watery cottage cheese, you often need to consume a very large portion, sometimes a full cup or more. Eating a massive volume of food right before bed can interfere with sleep quality, exacerbate reflux, and is often uncomfortable for seniors with reduced appetite or early satiety. We need a protein source that is hyper-concentrated in leucine and supremely digestible. This brings us to the superior solution, fortified dry-cured tofu ricotta.
Now, let's discard any preconceived notions you have about standard, soft, watery tofu. We are not talking about stir-fry cubes. We are talking about a specific engineered preparation process combined with strategic fortification to create a muscle-building matrix that is demonstrably superior to standard dairy for the unique requirements of the aging body. The science behind the fortified tofu ricotta advantage. 1. Zero lactose, supreme digestibility. The #1 advantage is its complete freedom from lactose. Tofu, made from soybeans, provides a complete protein source without the carbohydrate-based digestive burden of dairy. For the vast majority of seniors dealing with age-related digestive decline, this means zero bloating, zero gas, and a smooth, uncompromised pathway for nutrient absorption. This is paramount. A calm, happy gut absorbs protein efficiently, ensuring every gram is utilized for muscle building, not wasted in digestive turmoil. 2. Protein quality and the DAIS score. For years, we relied on the PDCAS score, Protein Digestibility Corrected Amino Acid Score, which rates soy protein highly, but modern science now uses the superior DAIS, Digestible Indispensable Amino Acid Score, which measures how well amino acids are absorbed in the ileum. Soy protein scores extremely well on the DAIS, confirming its excellent biological availability. It is one of the few plant proteins that is naturally a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids necessary for human life, ready to fuel muscle repair. 3. Mimicking casein's slow release. While often faster digesting than casein in its unprocessed form, the specific preparation of dry-cured tofu mimics the slow, sustained release profile we value in casein. By aggressively pressing the tofu, we remove the water content and concentrate the protein matrix. This dense, dry-curd structure physically slows down its transit through the stomach, providing that desirable, steady drip feed of amino acids throughout the crucial nocturnal fasting period. We get the functional benefit of casein's slow release without the accompanying lactose or water volume. 4. The leucine fortification factor, the anabolic catalyst. This is the key element that elevates FDT from good nutrition to therapeutic intervention. While natural soy protein is excellent, its natural leucine concentration is slightly lower than whey protein. To overcome the inherent anabolic resistance of aging and guarantee that 3-gram minimum threshold, we fortify the dry curd preparation. We are essentially customizing the food to perfectly match the physiological demands of a senior muscle cell. We achieve this by blending in a clean, high-quality, unflavored leucine powder or a specific concentration of hydrolyzed whey isolate chosen specifically for its high leucine content and quick absorption directly into the tofu base. This targeted fortification ensures that the FDT provides approximately 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein and critically over 3.5 grams of pure, bioavailable leucine in every serving, hitting that anabolic switch hard and fast. Preparing the substitute, the enhanced 3-step blueprint for maximum anabolic potential. Achieving the optimal dry curd texture and maximum leucine distribution is vital. This is not simply crumbling tofu, it is a nutritional engineering process. Ingredients for therapeutic dose, 1 serving.
1 block, approximately 14 ounces/400 grams of extra firm or super firm tofu. The firmer, the better. 1.5 teaspoons of high-quality, unflavored L-leucine powder. This ensures the 3.5 gram minimum target. 1.5 teaspoons of nutritional yeast, essential for savory flavor, plus vitamin B complex and folate. 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt and 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, savory base, or 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, sweet base. A tablespoon of finely milled flaxseed or chia seed, optional for fiber and omega-3s. Steps for optimal dry curd consistency. 1. Aggressive pressing, the non-negotiable step. Place the entire block of tofu on a cutting board lined with several layers of paper towels or a clean kitchen towel. Place a heavy weight on top. We recommend a cast iron skillet or a stack of heavy cookbooks. Press for a minimum of 45 minutes, but ideally for 90 minutes. This step physically transforms the tofu matrix, removing excess moisture to create the dense, slow-digesting dry curd texture, which is crucial for nocturnal dosing. The goal is a texture resembling ricotta salata or dry cottage cheese, not a paste. 2. Crumble and fortify. Once pressed, finely crumble the tofu into a mixing bowl using a fork. The finer the texture, the better the mix. Now incorporate the leucine powder, nutritional yeast, and seasonings. Mix thoroughly for at least 60 seconds. Uniform distribution of the leucine powder is critical. Imagine you are distributing that anabolic command signal evenly throughout the entire serving.
3. Serving and storage. Use immediately, especially in the pre-sleep window. If you make a larger batch, using 2 or 3 blocks, store the FDT mixture in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 5 days. For immediate use, you can gently heat a savory preparation for 30 seconds to enhance flavor and warmth, though it must never be cooked heavily, as that can affect the amino acid structure. The anabolic timing strategy, programming muscle growth 24/7. It is not enough to eat high-quality protein. For the aging body, timing is everything. Studies on older adults demonstrate that the body cannot efficiently utilize more than approximately 30 grams of protein in a single sitting for muscle synthesis. The excess is simply metabolized for energy or excreted. Therefore, the strategy is not to gorge, but to pulse the protein intake throughout the day, hitting the anabolic threshold multiple times. Your FDT substitute is designed to anchor the 2 most crucial protein windows for seniors. 1. The post-exercise recovery window, within 60 minutes. If you engage in resistance training, even light band work or bodyweight exercises, consuming 30 grams of high leucine protein immediately afterwards maximizes muscle recovery and triggers the growth signal. A fast-acting protein is often preferred here, but the FDT, with its rapid leucine blast from the fortified powder, provides a highly effective and easily digestible post-workout option. 2. The pre-sleep nocturnal window, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This is the FDT's true moment of glory. The slow-release characteristics of the dry curd tofu matrix, combined with the guaranteed 3.5 grams of leucine, ensure a steady stream of amino acids throughout the entire 8-hour nocturnal fast. Why is this critical? The overnight period is highly catabolic, meaning your body, lacking incoming nutrients, starts breaking down muscle tissue to acquire amino acids for essential bodily functions. Consuming FDT before sleep acts as an essential anti-catabolic shield. You are preventing the nightly muscle degradation that is a massive, silent contributor to sarcopenia and frailty. By ensuring you hit that 25-30 gram, 3 gram leucine threshold at least 3 times daily, breakfast, post-exercise/lunch, and bedtime, you are sustaining muscle-building signals for almost 18 hours out of 24. This sustained signaling is what systematically overcomes anabolic resistance. Deeper mechanisms, leucine's dual role, and inflammatory cytokines. Leucine doesn't just activate mTOR, it also plays a powerful regulatory role in suppressing catabolism.
It helps to inhibit the activation of the ubiquitin proteasome system, the complex cellular machinery responsible for tagging and dismantling damaged or old proteins. When you introduce a powerful leucine dose via the FDT, you are achieving a critically important dual action, simultaneously flipping the build switch, mTOR activation, while pressing the stop destruction button, ubiquitin proteasome system suppression. This is the strategic advantage needed to reverse the years of catabolic drain and chronic low-grade inflammation typical of aging.
Aging often involves increased systemic inflammation, marked by higher circulating levels of cytokines like interleukin-6, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNF-alpha. These inflammatory markers actively interfere with muscle protein synthesis signaling. The clean, easily digestible nature of FDT, combined with the anti-inflammatory properties of high-quality soy protein, means you are providing high-octane fuel while minimizing the introduction of further inflammatory triggers, like high-lactose dairy might. This nutritional cleanliness supports a lower inflammatory state, making your muscles more receptive to the anabolic signals. Addressing common senior nutritional deficiencies, synergy with vitamin D and omega-3s. Muscle synthesis is intricately linked to vitamin D status. Vitamin D is not just for bones. Vitamin D receptors are found directly on muscle cells, skeletal muscle. If you are deficient in vitamin D, a condition affecting over 70%.
Furthermore, the addition of ground flaxseed or chia seeds provides vital omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA. Omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatories and have been shown in clinical trials to improve muscle protein synthesis rates in older adults, likely by reducing the background inflammatory noise that contributes to anabolic resistance. This synergistic approach, leucine, vitamin D, omega-3s, creates a comprehensive anabolic environment far superior to consuming protein in isolation. Functional capacity and clinical translation. Why does all this metabolic detail matter in your daily life? Because reversing frailty is measured not just in abstract molecular processes, but in tangible improvements in functional capacity and autonomy. Clinical studies utilizing high-dose, strategically timed amino acid interventions, mirroring the FDT regimen, have demonstrated that seniors can significantly improve the markers most predictive of longevity and independence. Gait speed, how quickly you walk. This is the single strongest clinical predictor of future health, hospitalization risk, and longevity. Faster gait speed means a lower risk of falls and better overall cardiovascular health. Consistent high leucine pulsing fuels the fast-twitch muscle fibers required for power and speed. Chair stand time, how many times you can rise from a chair without using your arms in 30 seconds. This measures lower body strength and endurance. The improvements seen with nutritional intervention directly translate to the ability to get up from the toilet, out of a low car, or off the floor after a minor stumble. Grip strength. Measured by a dynamometer, this reflects overall systemic muscle mass. Stronger grip is correlated with reduced mortality. By consistently feeding your muscles with FDT, seniors in intervention studies have shown measurable increases in gait speed and chair stand time within 8 to 12 weeks. This isn't just theory. This is the mechanism by which you secure your independence. Palatability and accessibility. Tofu ricotta flavor mastery. A common obstacle for seniors is appetite loss, anorexia of aging, or dental issues, making large portions of chewy, tough protein difficult. The dry-curbed tofu ricotta, when prepared correctly through aggressive pressing, has a smooth, easy-to-manage, crumbly texture. It doesn't require heavy chewing, making it highly accessible. Furthermore, its neutral base allows for immense flavor versatility, preventing meal fatigue. Savory FDT applications, ideal for lunch or dinner pulses. Mediterranean style. Mix FDT with chopped black olives, sun-dried tomatoes, fresh oregano, a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil for vitamin D absorption, and a dash of lemon juice. Use as a spread on high-protein whole-grain crackers or toast. Italian style. Gently stir FDT into warm-cooked spinach, topped with a sprinkle of grated Parmesan cheese and a pinch of black pepper. This mimics a creamy ricotta filling without the dairy distress. Herb and garlic. Blend FDT with minced garlic, chopped chives, and dill. Serve dolloped onto baked potatoes or mixed into scrambled eggs for a powerful protein boost. Sweet FDT applications. Perfect for the critical pre-sleep window. Cinnamon swirl. Mix FDT with 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon,
a few drops of vanilla extract, and a teaspoon of sugar-free maple syrup or a dash of stevia. Top with toasted pecans or walnuts for healthy fats and fiber. Berry Delight. Mix FDT with a small amount, 1/4 cup, of blended thawed frozen berries, like raspberries or blueberries. Berries provide beneficial antioxidants and fiber without high sugar content.
Nut Butter Boost. Stir FDT with 1 tablespoon of natural, sugar-free almond or peanut butter. The healthy fat further slows digestion, enhancing the overnight anti-catabolic effect. The final word on commitment and consistency. Reversing frailty requires consistency, not perfection. This fortified dry curd tofu ricotta substitute isn't a silver bullet in isolation. It's the cornerstone of a new, aggressive nutritional strategy. Commit to the following structure. Preparation day. Dedicate 90 minutes once a week to press and prepare a large batch of FDT. Store it efficiently. Targeted pulsing. Ensure you consume a 30-gram serving of FDT at least 3 times per week with an emphasis on the pre-sleep window. Holistic support. Maintain adequate hydration, engage in consistent light resistance training, even 15 minutes 3 times a week, and supplement with vitamin D, with physician oversight. By focusing on this highly digestible, scientifically fortified, leucine-rich food source, we transition from passively yielding to the forces of aging to actively rebuilding our metabolic foundation. The difference you will feel in energy, stability, and overall confidence within the first month will be undeniable. This small dietary swap is the nutritional key to unlocking sustained strength and true independence in your golden years. If you are finding this scientific breakdown useful, take a second to hit the like button. It tells the algorithm this information is valuable for the senior community, helping us reach more people who deserve to live strong, independent lives. Your engagement matters.
We have dismantled the myth that frailty is inevitable. We've identified anabolic resistance as the central enemy and isolated leucine as the critical tool to overcome it. The traditional advice of eating standard cottage cheese, while good in principle, falls short of the high-threshold leucine trigger necessary for the aging muscle to synthesize new protein. By adopting the fortified dry curd tofu ricotta, a lactose-free, highly customizable, and scientifically engineered protein matrix, we are providing the exact therapeutic dosage of leucine required, over 3.5 grams per serving, to powerfully switch on the muscle-building machinery, even in the face of advanced anabolic resistance. We are utilizing the supreme digestibility of tofu, the slow-release properties of the dry curd structure, and the power of leucine fortification to create a comprehensive anti-catabolic and anabolic stimulus. This is the difference between simply maintaining and actively rebuilding. Commit to 3 FDT servings per week, focus rigorously on the pre-sleep timing to protect against nocturnal muscle loss, and watch your strength capacity and overall independence not just stabilize, but noticeably reverse course. You are now equipped with the nutritional key to unlock years of regained vitality and secure your autonomous future. Start tonight. Go to the store, grab the firmest tofu block you can find, and procure high-quality L-leucine powder or a suitable high-leucine whey hydrolysate. Follow the 90-minute pressing blueprint carefully. Before you go to bed, consume your first 30-gram fortified serving of dry curd tofu ricotta. Log your strength improvements over the next 4 weeks. Note how easily you climb the stairs, how long you can stand without needing support, and how much easier it is to open those stubborn jars. Share your initial results and your favorite FDT recipe variation in the comments below. Let's make frailty a term of the past for our generation. Don't wait. Reverse frailty now.